Welcome to this explainer. We're diving right into something absolutely critical today, securing your QuickBooks Desktop financial data. If you're using QuickBooks Desktop, you already know it's basically the financial nerve center of your business. But today, we're going to make sure that nerve center is fully protected, and we're going to do it without getting bogged down in all the confusing technical jargon. So let's start with a bit of a harsh reality check, okay? If your computer just crashed today, would your business actually survive tomorrow? Losing months or literally years of accounting data is pretty much a nightmare scenario for any small business owner or bookkeeper. A corrupted file or a busted hard drive shouldn't mean the end of your business. Having a rock-solid backup strategy isn't just an IT chore, it's a fundamental survival skill. Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. First, safeguard your accounting data. Second, decoding QuickBooks file types. Third, the manual backup method. Fourth, scheduling automatic backups. And finally, don't forget payroll forms. All right, let's jump into Section 1, Safeguard Your Accounting Data. I absolutely love this analogy straight from the Intuit source material. Think of your backup exactly like a save point in a video game. You put all this hard work into running your business daily, so you literally need a time capsule that you can return to if you ever run into a problem. If things go sideways, you just load up your last save point and restore your data. So, what's actually inside that time capsule? Well, a full company backup saves almost everything currently living in your active file. It secures all these vital pieces of your operations in one fell swoop. We're not just talking about raw numbers here. It grabs your custom templates, your letters, company logos, images, and even the data for tools like the cash flow projector or loan manager. It bundles the whole shebang up to keep it completely safe. Moving right along to Section 2, Decoding QuickBooks File Types. Okay, let's clear up the alphabet soup because you're mainly dealing with two heavy hitters here. QBW is your protagonist. That stands for QuickBooks Company File. It's the active, live file you're actually in, working day to day. On the flip side, the QBB is your backup file. That's the crucial safety net we are trying to build. You'd never do your daily accounting in a QBB. You use it solely to rescue your QBW if disaster strikes. Then there's the QBM file. Now, a QBM is a highly compressed, portable file. It is a total lifesaver if you just need to quickly email your data to someone or move it to a different computer, simply because the file size is tiny. But, and this is a really big but, it is not the comprehensive save point we just talked about. It purposefully leaves out things like your logos and images just to save on space. Now, what about when you're collaborating with your accountant? It's basically a literal workflow. You start by exporting a QBX file to send their way. When your accountant opens that exact file, their system magically converts it into a QBA, or an accountant's copy. Once they make their tweaks, they don't send that QBA back. Instead, they export a QBY import file, or maybe a QBJ containing just some journal entries, which you then seamlessly import right back into your active file. Keeping that boomerang flow in mind, honestly, takes all the stress out of tax season. All right, let's get into the how-to with Section 3, the manual backup method. Actually doing a manual backup basically boils down to these 4 macro steps. First, you've got to be in single user mode, which you just grab from the file menu. Then choose Create Local Backup. Now pause and look closely at Step 3. Running that complete verification is absolutely essential. It runs a stress test on your data to ensure your file isn't corrupted before you save it. Seriously, never skip that step. Finally, just browse to your folder and hit Save It Now. Next up, Section 4, Scheduling Automatic Backups. If you don't want to rely on your memory, automating this is a game changer. It follows the exact same initial clicks, but instead of just saving once, you select Save It Now and schedule future backups. You can have QuickBooks autosave every time you close the program, or click New to set specific days and times. Just a heads up on Step 4. QuickBooks will ask for your Windows sign-in password. That's totally normal. It just gives the software the background permissions it needs to run automatically while you're away grabbing coffee. And finally, Section 5. Don't forget payroll forms. Okay, listen up, because this is a massive hidden trap. A standard backup does not include your payroll forms. If you take absolutely nothing else away from this entire explainer, remember this limitation about your sensitive payroll data. If your computer fries and you only have your QBB file, sure, your accounting numbers are safe, but your unfiled payroll tax forms might literally be gone forever. So to protect that payroll data, you've got to treat it as a totally separate mission. You actually have to manually open up your Windows File Explorer, hunt down a folder specifically named with your company name followed by tax forms, and save a copy of that entire folder somewhere safe.
If your accountant needs to edit your tax forms, you have to send this folder to them alongside your main backup, and they have to make sure they put it in the exact same directory on their end before sending it back. It's manual, kind of clunky, but incredibly vital.
One last pro tip straight from the Intuit community. We all love keeping backups on external thumb drives or cloud services like Box for that offsite safety, which is great. But if you ever actually need to restore your company data from one, you must drag and drop that file onto your local computer's hard drive, like right onto your desktop, before clicking Restore in QuickBooks. Trying to restore directly from a cloud drive or USB can cause some pretty nasty errors. So, I'm going to leave you with one big, provocative question. When was your last save point? If you can't answer that instantly, I highly encourage you to go check your QuickBooks backup settings right this second. Implement these steps, verify your data, and set up an automatic schedule. Taking 10 minutes to secure your data today is quite literally the only way to ensure your business thrives tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.